In this experiment, we are going to show the conduction and convection methods of transmission of heat. The material required for performing the experiment on conduction are: you can use an aluminium rod or any other metallic rod. I have used a copper rod for performing the experiment. A stand, wax. You can also use a candle wax or a candle if you don't have wax as such. Some nails, small size nails would be perfect, and a spirit lamp. Let's first talk about conduction. So, conduction is basically a process in which heat is transmitted without the actual movement of particles. You can take any metallic pipe and fix these iron nails using the candle wax on the rod, and then when you heat one end of the rod using the spirit lamp, you will find that the nails they start dropping down, starting from the end which is being heated first. Let us now see this experimentally.
For conduction, this is the setup that we require. I have taken a copper rod and fixed some iron nails on it with the help of candle wax. I will now fix this in this clamp and I will light this spirit lamp, and after that we'll observe what happens. You can see that the first nail dropped, then the second nail dropped, and soon the third nail will drop down because the heat is being transmitted along this copper rod slowly, and this is what is meant by conduction. So conduction is basically the transfer of heat from one particle to another when the particles they are directly touching each other, and this generally happens in all metals. And very soon you will see the last nail also dropping down. So this is how conduction happens in solids.
For performing the experiment to show convection, we need a round bottom flask, some water, sawdust, stand, and a spirit lamp. So convection is basically the transmission of heat when the particles themselves they are actually in motion. So we are going to set up the apparatus as you can see in this figure, and when we heat the flask from the bottom, the water here would rise up. So if I show it using a pen here, the water in the center would be going up like this, because anything that becomes hot it rises up. And because a low pressure area will be created at the lower end, the water would from the sides would rush in at this point in order to occupy the space that has been vacated by the hot water. So you will be able to see this round pattern very easily in the flask with the help of sawdust. Let's now see how the experiment is going to be done.
Set up the apparatus like this. I have taken a round bottom flask. I have filled it up to half with water and we are heating it. I have taken some sawdust. I'll be adding this sawdust to this water which is now shortly about to start boiling. And you just have to observe how the sawdust circulates when the water starts boiling. Since the water at the bottom is getting heated up, it becomes lighter and rises to the surface, and as it rises up, it starts getting cooled down and then it again goes back from the sides to the bottom and it starts moving in a circular pattern like this. This is what is meant by convection. So just observe this beaker very carefully. What's happening inside it? The water has now started boiling and you can very clearly see the movement of the sawdust in the boiling water. This is exactly what is meant by convection, a mode of transference of heat in which liquids and gases get heated by convection due to the actual movement of the particles of a body.